And now, if you give a child a book, an ABC 10 News special.
Good evening. Welcome to our If You Give a Child a Book special. I'm Jared Aarons.
And I'm Melissa Masiha. For the next half hour, we will look at the efforts to get free books into the hands of children and how opening those books can open up all kinds of possibilities.
We're also putting a spotlight on the organizations and the people working to improve literacy across San Diego.
The San Diego Council on Literacy is leading the charge. It partners with more than 30 nonprofits to help roughly 100,000 San Diegans every year.
ABC 10 News anchor Lindsay Pena sat down with its CEO to find out where literacy stands in our county and what can be done to make it better.
And what sounds do the tigers make?
Roar.
They go like roar. Can I see you go roar?
It's a Monday morning at the Logan Heights Library, and these kids and parents are taking part in story time. It's one of the many free programs they offer.
We're in a community of high need. It's a beautiful library, and it's well placed.
Libraries are a resource that Jose Cruz with the San Diego Council on Literacy wishes more people would visit.
Anybody can come in. You don't have to go to Barnes & Noble. You know, you can get books here, and there's the computers and a lot of people who want to help, and the different programs that they do here. Why not take advantage of them?
Cruz believes lack of access to resources is one of the biggest reasons we see kids and adults who can't read at the level they should.
Over and over and over, we are having reinforced for us that the problem is resources, that if you give all children the same thing, they will achieve the same things if you give them what they need.
And the need in our county is greater than you might imagine. Cruz says the bad news is we're not in a good place, but
the good news is more people are realizing that we're not in a good place, that our numbers are dismal, that we have 34% of your fourth graders in our largest school district who are not reading at a basic level. That's alarming.
According to the council, 82% of third graders in Solana Beach Elementary School District meet the language arts standard, compared to 32% from the South Bay Union School District. Almost 70% of white students countywide in grades 3 through 8th and 11th grade meet the language arts standard, versus black students at 40% and Latinx students at 44%. Cruz says that what kids learn at school is, of course, important, but if it's not being reinforced at home, it's hard to make progress.
Without support at home, though, teachers are going to struggle.
Moving forward, Cruz thinks the only way to really get numbers where they should be is to work together.
There's going to have to be a lot of coordination, a lot of communication between different parties to make the kind of change that we need to see happen.
All the while remembering that the goal can be achieved.
One of the things that we can say about literacy is it's one of those problems that can be solved.
Lindsay Pena, ABC 10 News.
According to the CDC, a child's early years are crucial for their health and development. Those early years can shape the rest of their lives. That's why it's so important to build a foundation for literacy from a young age. The American Academy of Pediatrics program, Reach Out and Read, is working to do just that. It uses half-yearly pediatric checkups to help children develop important reading skills. It starts when they're 6 months old until they're 5.
We know that children's brains are just making so many neural connections in the first few years of life. And we know that, in your pediatric practice, you may see a child many, many times before they ever enter school. And so we are in a really unique setting where we're able to talk to families about development, about growth, about language, long before that child might ever get to Head Start or preschool.
At every checkup, pediatricians encourage parents or families to read aloud to their young children. Each child gets an age-appropriate book to keep, and then parents and kids get to build a relationship while reading together.
There are lots of things we do in the doctor's office that might not be so pleasant, right? We give shots, we draw blood, we talk, and kids might be bored. But handing a book to a child is this great opportunity to really bond with the child, too, and to share a fun moment together, and then to show families how they can have those fun moments at home with their own children.
Reach Out and Read started in San Diego back in the 90s. Now more than 100 offices in the county participate in Reach Out and Read, serving nearly 100,000 kids a year. While it's making a difference for children it touches, adults enjoy it too.
It's the highlight of the visit. I mean, for me, it's one of the best things about my day is to get to have these fun moments with children and watch kids grab books, watch a child open a book, watch a child pat the book to show the mom and dad.
Really such a great program. Reach Out and Read San Diego will give out its 2 millionth book sometime this year.
2 million books. That's amazing. One North County man is also giving back to the community, one book at a time. ABC 10 News reporter Marie Cornell shows us his passion has resulted in hundreds of thousands of free books for kids in North County.
What is it still about having a book, holding it, and being able to turn the pages that makes it so special?
You can call me old school. I love putting a book in my hands and reading it. I do not like reading books off a Kindle or off a computer, although I have done it. My preference is to have a book in my hand.
Edward Basera has always loved reading books, and as he's gotten older, he truly believes they are the tools needed to unlock a child's future. That's why in 2015, after learning that 68% of third graders weren't reading at their third grade level, he decided to do something.
I've never worked in the field of education, but I thought, wow, that is terrible. What can someone that's never been in the field of education do to help improve the literacy level of our youth?
So he created the nonprofit Education Begins in the Home, where he collects donated books from different schools, civic organizations, and members of the community, and gives them out for free to children and young adults at different events around the North County. Since the beginning of the program, the organization has given out 250,000 books at nearly 1,000 events.
Getting all of the books is just half the battle. The next big task is sorting them out by age as well as language. And then they top it off with a personalized tag.
To be able to hand a child a book and see the happiness in their face just is overwhelming.
And while Edward continues to look for opportunities to reach out to different neighborhoods, he's hopeful others will join him in his effort to keep his nonprofit going, working to get kids excited about reading.
It is a lot of work, and I'm always looking for volunteers to help me.
Marie Cornell, ABC 10 News.
So many great ways to get kids books. And hey, you can get free books sent right to your home every month. It's through a program called the Imagination Library. You might have heard of it because of Dolly Parton. She started this back in 1995 in her home of East Tennessee. Since then, her organization has gifted more than 200 million books to kids across the country and the world. The Imagination Library recently expanded to all of California. So here's how it works. Every child in the state is eligible regardless of income. You sign up online, and then every month kids get a free book in the mail. It goes from birth until the age of 5. Books are available in English or in bilingual English and Spanish.
Coming up on our If You Give a Child a Book special, creating lifelong learners through reading, how one organization is giving children the resources they need to change their lives. Plus a double dose of good, saving the planet while providing access to books.
Why not make recycling fun? Why not make reading fun? Why not make coming together as a community fun?
One woman's passion project evolves into a community-wide effort.
Welcome back. Getting books to kids is just one way to improve literacy, but you also want them to connect with those books and form that love of reading. That's what Words Alive does. ABC 10 News was there in May as the nonprofit opened its new facility downtown. And at the heart of their mission to make reading a habit is an army of volunteers. ABC 10 News reporter Moses Small shows us how they are sharing that love of reading one page at a time.
31,000 books a year, thousands of children, and one mission.
I think it's really important to get kids to learn to love to read.
Volunteers like Bobby Felix make Words Alive a reality by reading to kids in more than 100 classrooms around San Diego County.
I taught it, like I said, at colleges, and I had a lot of adults tell me that they didn't like to read or they never read. And that impacted not only their schooling, obviously, right, but just living day to day. And so I thought, as much as I like teaching adults, you've got to catch them early.
It's an experience that pays off inside the classroom and out.
It opened up a whole world of not just people, but other locations. But I think, too, you get to empathize with people that you don't normally meet.
When you take a look at this map, every flag on it represents a school where Words Alive sends volunteers, and they want this map to keep growing because nearly half of local students fail to read at their grade level.
When I was reading to the first graders, there were children in those classes that had never been read to in their homes.
The solution may be as simple as a good story.
When they get a really good book, it really lets them know that they have abilities that they didn't think they had.
Moses Small.
When a story is really compelling, they want to know what's going to happen.
ABC 10 News.
I love that feeling. Now, Words Alive was recently named the PGA's Charity of the Year. With that honor, it will receive a $30,000 grant from the PGA Tour for its mission.
It's important kids read year-round, not just when school is in session. The so-called summer slide is a concern every year. Trust me, with 3 kids, I know. When kids are on summer break, they don't always have access to books or even don't feel like reading. Nonprofit San Diego Oasis wanted to make sure this didn't happen for hundreds of South Bay students. It gave out books at Roar Elementary School in Chula Vista. Each student got to take home 3 new books before they got out for summer break. Oasis doesn't just give out books, though. It promotes lifelong learning for older adults by giving them the opportunity to tutor or mentor low-income elementary school students.
There are so many kids in need, so many kids suffering and not quite reading where they should be, and who just need a friend. And you don't need to be a teacher, you don't need to have any experience. We'll provide everything for you. You just need to care.
San Diego Oasis is open to anyone 50 and older. It has a site in La Mesa and recently opened another one in Rancho Bernardo. And it's not just organizations helping get books to kids. The community is also stepping up. What was supposed to be a month-long project has evolved into a community-wide effort.
Yeah, this all started with early childhood special educator Trisha Goolsby. During the pandemic, she noticed a need in San Diego.
The big thing I would do was do these walk adventures with the children, and during that time all the libraries were closed, all the children were home, and all these little free libraries were popping up everywhere. But if you were to go inside them, you would see that it was mostly adult books and not really a lot of children's books. And in my mind, I was thinking, that doesn't make sense. All the kids are home, the libraries are closed. Where are they going to get these books for free and that are accessible to them?
Yeah, so she did something about it. She started Cans for Books in December of 2020. She got the idea about hearing about a neighbor who used money that they collected from recyclables to pay bills. Trisha thought, why not do the same thing, but use the money to buy children's books as well?
Why not make recycling fun? Why not make reading fun? Why not make coming together as a community fun?
Yeah, and collecting recyclables really is a community collection effort. Trisha partners with some local organizations and businesses like Randall's Sandals and OB. That's one of 3 locations where people can drop off their items to be recycled. They can also drop off some books for a little free library.
It's pretty incredible, Jared, because in its 3 years, Cans for Books has recycled 9,000 pounds, resulting in 7,000 books received and donated. And the hope is, with more books available, kids will gravitate toward reading.
Reading is knowledge, and knowledge is the most powerful thing that we can give to children. And so, in my mind, children should be able to go to a book and say, ooh, I want that book. And you say, okay. And that's it. They shouldn't have to worry about whether they can afford it, whether or not they need to bring something back to replace it. They should just say, I want to read, let's read.
Cans for Books became a nonprofit last year. Trisha says her goal is to make it a nationwide organization.
And 2 longtime friends are using their love of a sweet drink for an even sweeter idea. Part of Angelina Mo and Xiao Yan Huang's bond is their love of boba tea. The Westville High School students decided to use that love to give back.
They came up with Boba for Books back at the start of the pandemic when everyone switched to virtual learning.
It was definitely, I think, hard for us just learning online, but then once we heard about other school districts where students might not even have like the Wi-Fi they need at home or the proper like school supplies they need to do work at home, we realized that like we are very fortunate in our situation and there's other students who that we could really support.
So they get their boba from Gong Cha in Mira Mesa at a discounted price. Then they sell it at school sporting events. They use the profits to buy books for kids from kindergarten through 12th grade, especially in low-income areas.
I love this idea because I love boba.
You love boba so much.
So far, they've given out more than 600 books. The idea already expanded to 5 other schools, even one in Tennessee.
I'm not a big boba fan, but I would do it for a good cause.
Oh, yes.
Yes. All right, still ahead, we are bringing attention to Borrego Springs.
We are here, that we exist, that we are still part of San Diego County.
The work to overcome the unique literacy issues facing that isolated desert town.
Plus, a local program making a difference for 25 years, how it turned English language learners into published authors. It's not just children getting literacy help. For 25 years, Oceanside Reads has helped adults improve their reading, writing, speaking, and listening skills. To mark its silver anniversary, it published an anthology called Our Oceanside. It's a collection of 52 stories or poems written by more than 30 adults who participated in this program. The anthology has empowered them, transforming English language learners into published authors.
Mom of 3 amazing children, artist of my own life, painting lots of colors.
I was frustrated because I found barriers. The barriers was English, but I keep going.
Oceanside Reads offers free one-on-one tutoring and small group classes. The program has opened up new possibilities by giving adult learners a place to not only learn, but also feel comfortable.
There are people from often very different walks of life coming together and seeing how much they can learn from each other. So I think that's really powerful.
It never crossed my mind that I could do something like this, but with the help of this place, you can do anything.
I feel so happy they improved my language, and I feel proud of myself.
When I come here, I feel with my home and the old people, old staff, it's very nice.
Oceanside Reads is part of Oceanside Public Library. It's funded through a grant from the California Library Literacy Services.
About 2 hours from downtown San Diego is the small desert town of Borrego Springs. It's in the middle of Anza Borrego Desert Park, and that isolates it from the rest of the county. That isolation can sometimes mean the town and the thousands of people who call it home get forgotten.
Being so far away from San Diego property, or San Diego proper, and not having the amount of resources that a school in the city would have, it really does hinder our students' abilities, and it does stop us from receiving some of the opportunities that other students would get.
Now, according to state testing in 2023, Borrego Springs Unified School District ranked the lowest of all the districts in San Diego County. More than 80% of second and third graders were not reading at grade level, and a majority of their students, more than 90%, are considered English language learners. So the organization BASIC, or Basic Assistance for Students in the Community, is trying to level that playing field. It has programs helping kids from cradle to graduation. There's the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, which we talked about. There's also a 10-week Latino family literacy program meant to help parents establish a reading habit with their children, and Learning Academy, a 4-week program helping students get caught up in grade level for reading, writing, and math.
We see students progressing, and we see students a lot more motivated, and I think that's really the sole purpose of BASIC, is to enable and empower these students so that they can become the best version of themselves.
BASIC also offers mentorships and scholarships for its students.
High school athletes are teaming up in a different kind of arena.
Yeah, they're taking their talents from the field to the library.
Trucks are big and trikes are little. Does anybody have a trike? You have a trike, little man? You have a trike? No, you have a bike?
Football players from Lincoln High School read to children at the Malcolm X Library every month.
Yeah, the program teaches children the joy of reading and really creates a bond between 2 different age groups.
Being able to build a relationship with the kids that's not away from football. So like being a part of these kids' life, something that they'll remember forever.
Some of these little kids don't have like somebody they can look up to, so it's just good to like just be there for them and just have somebody who like cares about them.
And it's not only benefiting the kids at the library, the players also get something out of it.
There's this one kid every time, he's not here today, but he always lightens my day. No matter how my day is going, he always enlightens my day, and I love that.
Two nonprofits came together to make these youth reading sessions possible. Lincoln High's football coach created the Day-to-Day Foundation to inspire confidence and boost self-esteem for children in the area.
And for more than 20 years, a nonprofit, Reading Legacies, has helped kids develop a love of reading through different read aloud programs.
Now, ABC10 News is also helping to spread the joy of reading. Hey, that was you. That's
and that
me.
was you.
In classrooms all across the country, how our efforts to give students free books is changing their minds and their lives. Yeah, if you love to read, say, I love to read.
I love to read. ABC 10 News is spreading the joy of reading. Every month we go to an elementary school and read to students, and then they get to take home free books.
It is such a fun day. I helped kick off the If You Give a Child a Book Story Time campaign back in August at Willow Elementary School in San Ysidro. It's a partnership between ABC 10 News, the San Diego Council on Literacy, and North Island Credit Union.
And since its launch at Willow Elementary, we've gone to Laurel Elementary in Oceanside. I got to read to a class of 2nd and 3rd graders there, and then also in October, I read to a class of mostly 3rd graders at San Marcos Elementary.
Some other lucky 3rd graders at Balboa Elementary got to be a part of story time with me in November. I had the pleasure of spending a morning with them.
And then in December, we stopped at a 3rd grade class at Bancroft Elementary. That's in Spring Valley.
Yeah, we're going to keep going. At every school we visit, we get to see how the gift of these books can change minds and change lives. It is such a special morning.
It's honestly one of the best things about the month. Now, if you're interested in volunteering or want more information on any of the organizations we've covered, we have a link under the Resource Center, 10news.com.
Thank you so much for joining this ABC 10 News special. Have a good night. Happy reading.
Thank you for watching If You Give a Child a Book, an ABC 10 News special sponsored by North Island Credit Union.